in my current life? What's it gonna do? How's it gonna get me more money? And I don't want nothing to do with the truth, because you guys, you just keep cussing, you look angry, you look frustrated, and you look stupid too. You're out here wearing these silly looking garments. So why the hell would I want to be like you guys, man? So people don't want the light, man. They want the darkness. They want the ignorance. Okay? Because it's blissful. Because with more wisdom is more what? Sorrow, man. Sorrow. When you're in this truth, man, you become angry, man. You get angry. The Most High starts to, you know what I'm saying, build you, man. And you start looking at things differently. You start to hate people that you once hung around with, man. You used to hang with them niggas. Now you look at them like, oh, I can't hang with that guy, man. He ain't right. You know, good, man. You start to look at people who you were once cool with, and you like, nah, he's a nigga. I can't hang with that guy. You learn to hate people. You become a miserable motherfucker, man.
That's right.
When you in this truth. No wonder your wife left you. Because your wife was of the world, man. Like Lot's wife. Job's wife, man. You become lonely. When you in this truth, you by yourself. You try to tell people, you try to tell them. You say, listen, mom, you an Israelite. Dad, you an Israelite. Boy, what the fuck you talking about? You try to tell your friends. The boy is looking at you like you're crazy, man. Your friends are looking at you sideways. So you find yourself lonely. When you're in this truth is not attractive, man. It's not attractive to the people of the world, man. You're not gonna get money. You're not gonna move forward in life, man. You're not gonna progress and enhance and get cars and, you know what I'm saying? Get the women. You're not gonna get all that, man. It's gonna be quite the opposite. It's gonna be quite the opposite, man. But for a reason. Okay? For a reason. God's scriptures bring them up. The light rather than darkness. John 3:17. John 3:19. 17. Alright, this is John 3:19. John chapter 3. Verse 17. This is John 3, verse 17. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Right. Now, you heard that, right? He said through him that the world might be saved. Don't mean to change topic, but you're thinking about everybody in the world. No, that's talking about us. We're the world. That through him, Israel might be saved. Because it tells you in Romans that my heart's desire is that Israel might be saved. Okay? So that's the world. But that's another topic. But continue reading. Verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned. But he that believeth not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. Verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light. Yeah, because the light, man. This is the light. See this right here? See this light? It's going to stabilize you, man. It's going to keep your mind stable. It's going to keep your mind stable while you're in this present world, man. Because you have darkness. When you have a light, you're able to see through the light. You can see where you're going. It's like when you have a dark room and the electricity's gone, you have like a torch or like a candle, you can find your way through the darkness. Because if you didn't have the light, and you're trying to find, you'll be stumbling and falling and bumping your head. An accident, you might cut yourself, you might trip over something sharp, you might fall down and get a concussion, man. Because you don't find your way. What did Yahweh Shah say? He said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. That's what he said. Alright? Everything else is lies, man. Islam, Jehovah wickedness, Satan's Day Adventist, Farrakhan. They're all lies, man. It's all lies. This world is lies. Trying to say, oh, how can I better my life? Go to university. That's how I better myself. But you're still wicked.
Brother, forget another one. Plantation Christianity.
They're the plantation Baptist, man. The Ku Klux Klan of slavery plantation Christianity, man.
I know there is a force.
It's all deceptions, man. Where's the truth? Where is the truth? The truth is that we're the Israelites, man. We're not Africans.
Right.
We're not black.
That's right.
Do we look black to you? Is the color of my skin black? Purple, green, whatever. We're the Israelites. Yasha Allah. We're Hebrew in origin.
The proofs is a misnomer.
Yeah.
You know? The truth is that after the downfall of this beast, of this system, we're gonna be ruling the system to come forever, man. On this earth as kings and priests of the Most High. Forever. That's the truth. Okay? That's the truth. The truth is that the Son of the Most High is a so-called black man, the Messiah. The one who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The so-called white man, he took an image of a white man, blonde hair, blue eyes and everything, and went around the world and taught that, look, this is the Son of God. And lied to everybody. Now everybody on the planet Earth thinks that that's the way forward. Esau's way. No, the truth is Yahweh Shah's way, man. Go ahead.
So Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Right now, this earth is given and it's in the hands of wicked people. Wicked rulers, man. Witches, man. Warlocks. You know, that drink blood and do all kind of nonsense, man. Okay? Pushing out wicked vibrations in the earth through the media, through the music. Alright? That's the type of world we're living in, man. And we're the only light bearers. We're the true speakers. Alright? Let's go back to Isaiah 60. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges. Read that again.
Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right?
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Well, but take notice, it said that the earth is given to the wicked. Who gave this world and this rulership to the wicked? Because that means the Most High did that, man. The Most High gave this world would God do something like that? Why would God give this world and this earth, the animals, the people, the materials, why would he give everything over to Esau, man? Why would the Most High want a wicked people to rule over his creation? Because no doubt this wicked people is going to bring about sin, a man of sin. These wicked people are going to bring lies and not the truth. They're going to cover up the truth. Okay? They're going to fabricate things. They're going to bring about propaganda, dogma, and stick it in the universities and make it for the children to learn, man. Put it in the media and say that's the truth. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked and they're going to bring lies. This is school right here. This is the school. We're the teachers. We're the lecturers, man. This is the seminar. But where's all the people trying to learn, man? They don't want to hear the light. They like darkness. They like the lies, man. Because you can't pour new wine into an old book. You can't. These people will learn lies their whole life. You can't really teach them something new. Okay? Unless the Most High's with them. This truth is not for all our people. We're not looking for all our people to learn this truth. All our people is not going to learn. All our people is not righteous, man. The majority of our people are wicked. And the Most High got to destroy them, man. You can break it down to them A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and they still won't get it, man. Because the Most High don't want them. The Most High only wants a remnant. Go on, bring it.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Right, so the Most High don't want all our people. That's what that basically saying. That's what that's basically saying. 2 parts shall be cut off and die from among our people. 2 parts of our people are going to be cut off and die. Why do you think when you try and tell one of your people the truth, they don't resonate with them? Because that person is sealed to die, man. That person's not of this truth. That person is not of the Most High. A lot of your relatives are going to die, man. The aunties, your uncle, they're going to die in the time to come, man. That's the true fear of the Lord, man. So a lot of your friends, your boys, they're gonna die. Okay? Some of your ex-girlfriends, they're gonna die, man. They're not gonna make it. Your cousins. You ever wonder why you're the only one in your family that knows the truth? The rest of your family don't want to hear it. That again? And then give me your Romans.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Right.
But the third shall be left therein.
But the third shall be left therein. Just a small number. Just a small number that the Most High wants. He just wants a remnant, man. A small number for his kingdom. Okay? He don't want a lot, man. The Most High deals with like a few. It's small, man. You know? He doesn't care about quantity. He just wants quality. You know what I'm saying? That's how a nigga like a quantity. He likes, you know, yeah, I got bare man. You know, he likes the quantity, you know. That's what attracts our people, quantity. You know, the mega church, the big churches.
Yeah.
1,000 people in church. You know, our people are attracted to the quantity. But that's not how the Most High deals. He deals with quality, man. He's looking for only like a remnant. You got something?
Yeah, Matthew 25:31 says, when the Son of Man come in his glory and all the angels, all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the thrones of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a sheep divideth his sheep from the goats. Last one. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left.
Also, I put the straight up possible. Flame is on the flame. This is what this world is about, man. For you. Okay? But that's what the Lord's gonna do. Alright? The Lord's gonna come to save and to destroy.
So Jeremiah 5:5. I will get me unto the great man, and I will speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Most High, and the judgment of their power. But these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bonds. Jeremiah 5:5. I will get me unto the great man, and will speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Lord.
Right, so we're the great men. Okay, we know the way of the Lord. Okay? Your school teachers, your pastors in church, okay? Your imam in the mosque, they don't know the way of the Lord. The Rastafarians, they don't know the way of the Lord. Okay? These so-called Bible scholars, okay, they don't know the way of the Most High. We know the way of the Most High, okay? We know the truth of the Bible. Okay, give me Romans, man.
This is Romans and 11. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people.
Yeah.
I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people. God forbid, for I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right. And Paul, this is Paul speaking. This is Paul speaking. He said he was of the tribe of Benjamin. Now, Paul was a very dark-skinned black man. If you read the book of Acts, the Romans, they thought he was an Egyptian, man. And we all know that the Egyptians are the people of Sudan. Them tall, dark-skinned, the jet black man. Tall, long arms. They said that Paul, they mistook Paul for an Egyptian, for one of them. That's how you know Paul was a very dark-skinned Israelite man. So now, when you read the different epistles that Paul wrote, that shows you the level of our intellect, man, and passion that we had in ancient times. That we wasn't always niggas, man. Okay? Read the language of how he has the different epistles written, man.
Yeah, I see that.
Our people are people of great stature. And what did he say? He said, have God cast away his people? Read that again.
Romans 11. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? God forbid, for I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right, because you have a lot of them Jehovah's Witness people. They'll say that the Jews are done away with. That's a lie. We just read it. God hasn't cast away his people. God still loves his people, man. Alright? So when you wake up to this knowledge, you know, one, you're an Israelite, and two, God loves you, man. Alright? The Most High loves his people. The Most High will never do away with us, man. We're described as being the world, man. It's like, you know, when you say that your children mean the world to you. You know, when you describe your daughter or your son as meaning the world to you, we mean the world, we're the apple of the Most High's eye. The Most High considers the other nations of people, the Arabs, the Chinese, okay, the East Indians. The Most High don't care about them. They're supposed to be our servants, man. They're supposed to bow down to us. These other trees of the garden, they're meant to show forth our glory, man. They're meant to bow down to us, man. We're the olive tree. These other trees, the sycamore tree, the willow tree, these other trees are meant to bow down to us, man.
Romans 11 and 12 too. The Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Watch ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
Right, go ahead.
But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right. So, well, read on, because it explains it basically.
Even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Right. Even now, there's a remnant according to the election of grace, man. The Most High is looking for his elect. Go ahead.
And if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work.
Yeah, because we need grace, man. It's difficult to be righteous, man, by works. You know, trying to work, trying to live a righteous lifestyle, trying to commit no sin. That's difficult, man. Especially when you're, in a kingdom like this, and you're young. There's all kind of lusts and temptations. I'm not trying to justify. I'm not justifying sin. I'm not saying go out there and do whatever, because it's difficult. Just go out and just do whatever, because we have grace. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need that grace.
What then?
Hold on. We need this grace, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. We as a people, we entered into an oath with the Most High thousands of years ago. During the time of Moses, at Mount Sinai, when we exited Egypt, after 400 plus years of bondage, we exited Egypt by the thousands, by the hundreds of thousands, damn near millions, man. And all nations feared, man, when we exited that land. And we came to Mount Sinai and received the laws and commandments, man. We received our holy heritage, and we became a people at that point. We became a holy people, separate from other nations of people, because of the laws and commandments that we were to keep, that would separate us from the other heathen nations of people. And we entered into an oath. We entered into a covenant with the great one, man. The great Spirit himself, whose name is Yahweh. Let me just
Yeah.
Let me just talk for a second. Hold it on a second. We entered into a covenant with the Most High power. Okay? But that same covenant, we couldn't keep the covenant, man. Because it was so righteous, man. And we're so wicked. The scripture said what? Flesh and blood will imagine evil. That we're subject to evil. We think evil all the time. We can't, you know? It's just the way we are, man. It's like we're fighting. We're fighting. Our spirit wants to do righteousness, but then we can't because our flesh is weak. But then we swore. We said, okay, God, listen. We're going to keep your laws. We're going to keep your commandments. We're going to keep all that. And then you're going to bless us if we keep it. If we don't keep it, then you fuck us up. You curse us. You cast us into slavery. You give us over to Satan, man. And we entered into that agreement, that contract. And we kept breaking that contract time after time after time after time again, man. Throughout the hundreds of thousands of years that we've existed on this planet as a people, we kept breaking that covenant time after time. Read the Old Testament. We just kept breaking it. Why? Because we're in flesh, man. We're not perfect. We're not perfect, man. We can't keep the perfect law. Give me Psalm 17, where it says the law of the Lord is perfect.
So Deuteronomy 30 and 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. In that I command thee this day to love the Most High thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. Verse 17. But if thine heart, 19 and verse 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
So read it. I'm trying to find something.
So Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
Okay.
That I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Right.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Right. Choose life. Choose life meaning, what's the life? The law. Okay? You keep the law, that's life. That's how you maintain the blessing. That's how you get the blessing from the Most High, if you keep his laws, his righteous laws. So keep the law, that you may live. You know what I'm saying? That the Most High will be with you, his grace and his favor may be with you. Okay? Choose to keep the law, and death is what? Death is, we don't keep the law. And we just do what we want to do, and create idols and worship idols, and live like the other nations, and do all kind of profanity, man. And then the Most High will bring curses on us. That's death.
Shalom, bro.
Okay? So read that again,
So Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Just give me Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 29.
Say they get
So Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Yahweh Shai Mashiach our Lord.
Okay. Let's go back to read it one more time. So I was trying to find it.
Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Yahweh Shai Mashiach our Lord.
That's the word. So let's go back to
So Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you, man, is that the Most High is trying to teach us something. The Most High, God himself, you know, the Most High himself, he was trying to teach us something. Okay? He was trying to teach us about sin, why it's so important to keep the law. He's trying to show us, listen, this is what happens when you don't keep the law. You're going to experience sin and wickedness, man. All of this is the Most High's teaching us something, man. He's trying to teach us this is what sin is. This is a world of sin where there's no commandments or laws, man. Where there's adultery, there's sodomy, there's sodomites, there's homosexuality, there's all manner of abomination, there's confusion between man and woman, there's men wearing what women are supposed to wear, there's women wearing what pertain to a man. There's all kind of confusion, all right? And frustration, man. When there's no law, there's no order.
That's right.
And when there's no order, there's confusion. And when there's confusion, there's frustration. And when there's frustration, people get angry.
That's right.
When people get angry, people start fighting. When people start fighting, there's bloodshed. There's war, anarchy, and all kind of nonsense because there's no laws, and commandments, and righteousness, man. Bad, no, disrespect. I know I hate cussing, but we're being disrespectful. We don't want you to see. Can you leave us alone?
I'll bring this out.
Eat them out, man.
Yeah.
They always come up, man.
Yeah. We're like magnets to them. Leviticus 18. These are one of the laws. It says, neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile yourself, whereof neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down with it. That is confusion. This is the point. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither of your any own nation, nor any stranger that sojourns among you.
Right. You know, so one of the laws is that you're not gonna have intercourse with a beast, man, animal. Okay.
That's how you know that America's Babylon, man, because they still have laws in particular states where you can still do that legally. Imagine that.
Yes.
You can have sex with animals legally.
Obama said you can have in the army, if you need to, you can have sex with sheep, which is bestiality.